Hello, welcome to J Parle Transportation. We are a third-party contractor for FedEx in Beaumont, Texas. My name is Faith Goff, and I am co-owner of J Parle Transportation. The purpose of this training is to orient you to our company. You will get other training for safety protocol, as well as training on how to be a delivery driver. And that training is hands-on. Again, the purpose of this training is only to orient you to our company, J Parle Transportation. So let's get started. A few introductions. All drivers report to Anthony Dill, our operations manager. His contact information can be found here. Anthony is day-to-day operations. So when you report to the station in the morning, he's there. He's handing out scanners. He does the schedule. He manages employees and drivers throughout the day. And his main role is to interact with the station and relay all that information to the drivers to make sure that we are operating as efficiently and safely as possible. J Parle is owned by Johnny Goff and Faith Goff, myself. Here is our contact information. If you ever need us, you can either email us, call us, or text us. You will see Johnny at the station often, working with Anthony, working with the station to make sure our operations are running smoothly. My role is more behind the scenes. I work with Nicole Moore, who's our office manager. Her contact information is listed here. Nicole and I are everything payroll, compliance, uniform orders, anything back office. That's what we do. So you may not see our faces as much, but we will definitely be in touch through phone, text, or some other means, just to make sure we are all on the same page. And we also have two lead drivers, Adriana Drake and LaTroya Bell. They are really key to operations because they help Anthony throughout the day with driver management. They are helping you all while you're out in your routes, making sure all pickups are completed, all routes are completed, and people are working together to get the job done. Just to go over expectations in the job description of a delivery driver, our job is to deliver packages and to our customers in a timely manner. We have the expectation and the responsibility to drive safely, to deliver the packages with care. So that means not throwing it over the gate, not throwing it at the door. And if you do come in contact with a customer, you're polite and respectful. At the end of the day, we're delivering a variety of packages, small packages, large packages, oddly shaped packages. I think the other day we delivered a swing set. So I mean, all shapes and sizes. We are expected to deliver with care, deliver with courtesy, and respect for the time frame for when the customer would like it delivered, as well as where the customer would like it delivered. What I mean by that, some customers put in the notes, deliver to the back door. And if you deliver to the front door, we have gone against the customer's wishes, and that is not what J Parle or FedEx wants from the drivers. We want to be able to please our customers and exceed their expectations. A delivery driver is also must be able to follow route instructions and time schedules. What that means, we have a application that we use called Ground Cloud that organizes our routes, gives us route by route direction, and we expect all drivers to use ground cloud. And I'll go in a little bit more detail about ground cloud later. But we also have to be respectful of time schedules. We have to do pickups on time. We have to make deliveries on time. And all of that is given to, all that information is given to us in our scanners. We can't ignore those time frames. It's very crucial that we deliver when the customer wants us to deliver. As a delivery driver, we're also expected to load our trucks. Most of our trucks are loaded by the station, but it requires organization or reloading from the driver to organize the truck in the manner that they would like. You'll learn more about how to load a truck during your hands-on training experience. But it's also your responsibility as a delivery driver to inspect your truck before getting into it. And we'll talk a little bit more about pre-trip inspections in a minute. At J Parle, we are a performance-driven organization. So we have a few baseline standards of every driver. The first one is that on average, you should be making 15 to 20 stops per hour. Bottom line, 15 to 20 stops per hour. You're not, taking, all, 5 smoke breaks in an hour. You're not stopping to, have a conversation with, your customer on your route and that last, 30 minutes. Your productivity needs to be, it's going to be monitored first of all, but it needs to be achieved by having at least 15 to 20 stops per hour. You must have a ILS percentage of 99% or greater. And what ILS percentage is, it just means that you delivered all of the packages on your route with minimal codes. You'll learn more about codes during your driver training as well. And all routes are configured to be completed within 8 hours. You really should not be going over 8 hours to complete your route. If you're doing 15 to 20 stops per hour, you easily get done with your route within the 8-hour time frame. And another metric we look for is you should be able to complete 130 stops per route or per shift, per day, however you would like to say it. So if you're doing 15 stops per hour in an 8-hour time frame, that's about 130 stops per day or per route, per shift. These are the expectations that we look for to know if you are efficient in your job and you're performing the job to J Parle standards. So how do you know if you're performing to J Parle standards? Well, we have a weekly performance review. You will get this summary report every Monday for the week before. So basically, we're looking every day to see attendance-wise, call-ins, late arrivals, late dispatches from the station. We're looking at safety to make sure you have no accidents or incidences. I'm also going to, we'll talk about lytics and the cameras that are in the trucks. I'm also looking to see, do you have your seatbelt on? Are you speeding? Are you coming to a complete stop? I'm going to start adding some feedback to your performance review as well about how safe you're driving. Route completion. If you are assigned 130 stops on that route, you are completing that 130 stops. No ifs, ands, or buts. If it's assigned to you, if it's on your truck, you need to deliver it. And to make sure there's no missed pickups or late pickups. Remember when I told you a few minutes ago that it's important that we're in the customer service business, right? So we want to make sure if the customer has a time frame, especially businesses, when the packages need to be picked up, picking up those packages within the window that the customer wants. At the end of the day, remember, we're here for the customer. We only have jobs because of the customers, and you always have to keep that in mind when you're out delivering. There's a few applications that we use here at J Parle to get our work done. We use GroundCloud, Paycom, Deputy. We have gas cards, which are our WEX program, and Lytics, which are our video electronic data recorders in the trucks. I will go through each application now. So, GroundCloud. We use GroundCloud for three reasons. And really, GroundCloud is an app that is downloaded on your phone or on a tablet and is kept inside of the truck. So we use GroundCloud that is downloaded to our phones to do pre-checks on vehicles. This is important because, first of all, it's a requirement in any commercial vehicle setting. If you're going to drive a commercial vehicle, you got to make sure it's safe. So you look at the tires, you're looking at the any cracks or dents in the vehicle. You're making sure the windshield wipers work, there's enough oil, just a good check over the vehicle to make sure that it's operable and safe for you to drive. You will learn how to do pre-checks in your orientation. We ask that pre-checks are done as soon as you get to work, but for sure before you leave the station. So you're not you get to work, clock in about 8 o'clock, and some people like to do the pre-checks the first moment they get in to make sure that's out the way, and then they start working on the organization of the packages within their truck to make sure they're efficient before they leave the station. The second reason we use GroundCloud is we have safety training videos that are available to each driver within the GroundCloud app. The expectation is that you complete the courses every Wednesday and Saturday to be compliant with Department of Transportation or DOT requirement. What this does, basically, the Department of Transportation has said, hey, if you're going to be a commercial driver, which now you are because you're driving a work vehicle, that you need to make sure every driver is safety is priority, and that they are being trained routinely on safety practices. And this is one way where or how we comply with DOT regulation. The third way we use GroundCloud is that route optimization. And basically, we get the route for that you have been assigned for the day. It loads all of your stops, all those 130 stops in GroundCloud. It organizes the stops to where it'll give you step-by-step directions on how to get to each stop. And it also puts the stops, so you are going to the stops in order that make the most sense and makes you the most efficient to get that route done within that 8-hour time frame. Download GroundCloud. You can go to your app store, download GroundCloud, and your username and password will be either email or text to you by Nicole, our office manager. The username is usually your first initial, your first name and last initial, and we'll do a temporary password of ground 123 exclamation point. But sometimes Nicole just goes ahead and assigns you a password, but she will contact you with your GroundCloud information. The second app that we use is called Deputy. This is another app that you need to download. We use Deputy for a couple of reasons. One, this is how we communicate. If we have a mass communication that we need to send out company wide, we'll throw the message in Deputy. And actually, lately we've been using GroupMe as well, actually more so than Deputy. So you may be asked to download GroupMe, and we'll just throw messages, information in GroupMe or Deputy to make sure that the whole company gets this bit of information. I want to point out one thing. Make sure you are including the ability to add notifications or allow Deputy to send you notifications. And that's really important because we use Deputy also for scheduling. So if a day is added to your schedule or any changes are made or the schedule goes out, you need the notifications turned on so you get these alerts to know when you need to come into work. And notifications are also important. So if there's a message that needs to go out, you're also getting those alerts on your phone and you see it immediately. So when you get access to Deputy, the schedule usually looks like this, and it's just an example of the schedule. It's really the purpose of Deputy and the schedule is to show you the day that you are supposed to report to work by 8 a.m. I don't want you to get caught up in the end time because while we say that the route takes 8 hours, there's some people that take longer than 8 hours. But but you don't have a cutoff time. Your job, your route, your day ends when every package has been delivered. And that is important, and don't get confused on the end times of your schedule because that I've heard, oh, it said 4 o'clock on Deputy and I got to get my baby. Well, did you finish your route? Right? It's not a hard stop by any means. It's when every package has been delivered and you have completed all of your pickups. So again, get out your phones, download Deputy. An email was also sent to you to go ahead and sign up for Deputy. If you haven't gotten it yet, don't worry. Nicole will send it to you. And remember also to turn on notifications. Allow push-up notifications to be added to your phone. Paycom. Paycom is our payroll system. And everything HR payroll related will be housed in Paycom. You will receive an email from Paycom to set up your profile, and you put all of your information into Paycom. You put in your banking information to Paycom. We pay direct deposit. We don't pay any checks. Everything is done through Paycom. So if you don't set it up properly, you don't get paid properly. So make sure all information is correct in Paycom. You also use Paycom to clock in and out. And I'll show you just kind of a slide on what that looks like. But it's very important that you clock in when you get to the station and clock out when you finish your route and are about to leave the station. Paycom is also used as a repository for all paycheck stubs. If you have any questions about, oh, what did I get paid 2 weeks ago, or how much have I gotten paid for the year, or what is my check going to look like on Friday, all of that information will be housed in Paycom. I'm not going to go through every slide in Paycom, but like I said, download Paycom onto your phones. That's a really good, easy way to make sure you're clocking in and out every day. And also, you have all the HR information at your fingertips. This is just some slides on how to clock in and out. what I want you to pay attention to is this blue circle. If you hit this blue circle, that'll allow you to clock in, and then when it's time to clock out, you click this blue circle again and then clock out. It's really, really easy. You can also look at your time cards. If you've made a mistake and clocked in at the wrong time, or need any corrections made to your punches, then you can request that change to be made. Again, you can review your payroll, any stubs. And just to be clear, our time cards or our payroll go from Saturday to Friday. So Saturday starts a new pay period each week. We pay every Friday for the work that was done the previous week. And we audit the time cards every day. So Nicole is always contacting the managers so if you missed a punch or the punch looks weird, like you clocking out at midnight, she'll ask those questions to the managers like, hey, this doesn't seem right. Is this correct? And then we'll validate it with the managers. She might even reach out to you to ask questions about your time card, but this is done on a daily basis. And we want to make sure we keep up with all punches to make sure the payroll is accurate. And again, we only pay through direct deposit. So make sure that banking information that you enter into Paycom is correct. Fuel cards. We have a fuel card program. You'll see these WEX fleet fuel cards in each truck. They are to be used to fill up the commercial vehicle only. Anything that says a FedEx branded on there, for J Parle Transportation, these fuel cards should be used. So there'll be one fuel card in the vehicle that you are driving for J Parle Transportation. Do not take the fuel card out of the truck. You are going to be assigned a PIN to be able to get fuel for the trucks. We audit fuel purchases as well. And there are parameters around when you can get gas, how much gas you can get. So if it's ever declined, it's usually for a reason that you feel try to use the card outside of the time frame for which you can use it, which I believe you can't use it before 8 o'clock and you can't use it after 6 o'clock p.m. So just the big picture here is keep the fuel card in the truck. Don't take it home with you, because when you're not at work, we need that fuel card for who's ever driving that vehicle. And then you also will be assigned a PIN card. More information on that later. We also monitor for safety. And we do this through our cameras that we have in each and every truck. 4 huge safety concerns and things that we monitor for are: you do not drive while holding an electronic device. You do not drive holding your phone, tablet, scanner. Your eyes are always on the road and your hands are on the steering wheel. That is a big no-no, to look at your phone, look at your scanner while driving. We also have the requirement that you wear a seatbelt at all times. Anytime that truck is moving, that seatbelt needs to be on. You put the seatbelt on prior to putting your foot on that gas pedal. Whatever you do in your personal vehicle, that's up to you. But with J Parle, you are required to wear a seatbelt at all times. We are also auditing and watching to make sure that you are not speeding over 10 miles per hour, the posted speed limit. And this even goes on country roads where there's may be no speed limit posted. So you just never know what's going to dart out. You're driving fast, you just can't, you just that reaction time won't be there. You could lose control of the commercial vehicle. These are big trucks, right? This is not like your car that you can easily control. These are big trucks that get out of the bigger they are, the harder they are to handle in emergency situations. So always drive the speed limit, even on country roads. We also monitor for not coming to a complete stop at a traffic light or a stop sign. Stop, look around, look to the left, look to the right, make sure that it's safe to cross over. Um, it's just not worth it, right? It's just stop, slow down, check your surroundings before entering into the intersection. We've also have had a lot of backing incidences lately. You reverse that big truck, we have a lot of safety equipment in the truck. It beeps. You have cameras. Um, but despite all this safety equipment, we have had over 12 backing accidents this year. So we are real big on don't back up. Do not back up. Do not drive into a customer's driveway, which will make you back up, right? So backing up leads to, like, you have a higher chance to get an accident if you reverse or back up. You have a higher chance to damage property, a mailbox, grass, Christmas lights, light poles. You just don't back up. Don't back up. Just, drive straight, make a right turn, make another right, and then come back. Do not back up. Do not park in a customer's driveway. I cannot express that enough. And you'll hear that many more times, especially in your safety training. All right, the good part. How do I get paid? So we have a training rate and a performance rate. So your classroom training with Johnny is paid at half of a daily rate, which is $55. You're in that class for about 4 hours. For that time, we pay a flat rate of $55. Then you're in hands-on training for up to 2 weeks. And with hands-on training, you are working with a trainer, you're working with a lead driver, you're working with an operations manager, delivering packages, learning how to organize the truck, learning how to what codes to use, while learning how to work the scanner. During this process, you are paid $110 a day. This is so you're not having to worry about how many stops you're making, how many packages you're delivering. You're solely working on learning how to do the job. Some people, they grasp it within 3 to 5 days. No problem. Once they've done that, then they go to that performance rate and they're making money, right? Because once you're a delivery driver, which is my third bullet point, you are getting paid based upon stop rate and package rate. That goes back to the offer letter that you got. Look at what the stop rate is. You multiply that stop rate by the number of stops that you do for the day. You multiply your package rate times however many packages you delivered that day. We add those two together, and then that's how much you make for the day. So please note that you are paid either or. So say you're in a training, right? And you log in your scanner and you make deliveries, right? Using your scanner. But you get the flat rate of 110. If somebody is with you in a training capacity and you're in a training capacity, you get that flat rate of 110. You don't get the 110 plus the packages and stops that you make. You don't get to that performance-based compensation model until you are fully trained and ready to make those 130 stops per shift, at least 130 stops per shift. And again, when you are in the delivery driver status, you are on your own, driving the truck, organizing the truck, putting the correct codes in the scanner. You are being paid based upon the number of stops you make and the packages delivered. Every Wednesday, I believe, we get a report from FedEx. We get that number of stops, we get that number of packages, put that information in Paycom, it multiplies by your rate, and that's what you're paid for the day for the week. Remember, payroll is every Friday for the work that was done the week before. We also give a weekly bonus of $50. This is a couple of things. You must always do your pre-chips before you leave the station. You have to watch your safety videos in Ground Cloud by the due date. You also have to resolve any disputed delivery cases within 24 hours. And what that is if a customer says, hey, I didn't get my package yesterday, then there's a green sheet or a sheet of paper that Anthony or somebody from leadership will give you to say, hey, go back to this customer and get the signature that the package was delivered, or find the package and go deliver it. Of course, no accidents or incidences in order to get the weekly bonus, and 0 DNAs. DNAs are did not attempt. That means you left the station and went out, did your route, and maybe you brought 10 packages back. Those 10 are considered DNAs, and that's a big no-no. It has to be a good reason, a good code used to code those packages to come back to the station. Otherwise, that is poor service and poor performance, and that will not be tolerated. You could lose your bonus for not doing your pre-checks before you leave the station, not completing the safety videos in Ground Cloud. Those are the main reasons. Oh, and then of course, any safety issues or DNAs, all those, that service, that performance, anything of that nature, you could lose your bonus for that week or more, depending on the issue. And just to let you know, bonuses are at management's discretion, basically my discretion. If I feel like you have had significant amount of DNAs and you have attendance problems and it's just, a whole lot of things compounded, then yeah, you're not getting that bonus. Yeah. Why? Right? So it's at my discretion. Going back to accidents or property damage or any kind of incident that results in J Parle having to pay for your mistake, we now are going to share in that payment with the driver. So you could be charged up to $2,500 per accident, per incident, for any negligence, due to backing up. Backing up is the quickest way to get your payments, your paycheck garnished. Speeding, not wearing a seatbelt, anything that results in a fine or vehicle repair or property damage repair that is caused by you and you could have controlled it by following the rules, then you're going to pay. We are now sharing. We get fined by FedEx, so now you're going to help pay the fine as well. Time and attendance. So you don't have to clock in and out for your breaks, for lunch. We just ask that you clock in when you start your shift and when you end your shift. So 2 punches, the start and the end of a shift. You do not have to clock in and out for lunch or breaks. If you need to be off for any reason, we get it. Life happens, things happen. please contact Anthony Deal as soon as possible. In fact, put his number in your phone now. Contact him, call him, text him, let him know as soon as possible if you're not able to report to work. You may have, if it's the day of, we really look for patterns, right? If you're always calling in, then that's a pattern that will be addressed on that weekly report. We look at that weekly report for the week, for the month, and if we notice there are attendance issues, then we will have disciplinary action. We have also a benefit of paid time off, and I'll go into that I think a little bit later. But basically, if you call in the day of, you are not allowed to use your PTO accrual, your paid time off accrual. Paid time off is for, I need off, next Wednesday, so advance notice that you have to be off, and we can apply paid time off uh, money to your paycheck. But again, I'll get into that in a minute. Oh, I'll get into it right now. So basically, every pay period, you accrue 1 hour and 40 minutes to be used at your discretion. So what I was saying was, if you need to be off next Wednesday to go to the doctor, well, we will pay you for that time, paid time off, to go to the doctor, up to the amount of hours that you have accrued in your accrual bank. Good thing about it is you can see in Paycom how many hours you have to use for paid time off. And again, you cannot use paid time off for same day call-ins. I can't call today and say I'm not coming in. Go ahead and add 8 hours to my check. No, 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 no. It don't work like that. Um, it also doesn't work where you may have 40 hours saved up in your pay time off bank. You can't use it if you leave J Parle. It just goes away. Either you use it or you lose it once you end employment with J Parle. And I mean, it's a great benefit that we offer. It can go at any time. We can turn off access to paid time off if you have attendance issues, if you have performance issues. It's just a bonus. I mean, this is just, something we do for our employees, but it's a benefit and not a right. Right? It's not something that we have to do at J Parle, but that's something we want to do for our employees. Other benefits that we offer at J Parle. So we do offer healthcare, insurance, dental, and vision. It is with Memorial Hermann, which is mainly a Houston-based company or hospital system. So I know that is why a lot of our Beaumont employees do not sign up for Memorial Hermann, but we do offer it, and we do pay $138 each month towards the driver, the employee of J Parle health insurance cost. If you get dental, vision, long-term health care, any other benefits, you are responsible for that 100%. If you have a dependent, a wife, a husband, a child that you pay health benefits for, then you are responsible for that payment as well. The payments come out of your check. I pay Memorial Hermann for your vision, Sun Life, or for your dental, Sun Life insurance. And so your check is reduced by the amount that you owe for insurance if you decide to sign up. You don't have to, but you do have to let us know if you're signing up or not. Here are examples of the plans that we offer for our medical benefits. Basically, you need to be a full-time employee and work with us for at least 30 days before you're eligible for healthcare benefits. And then if you have any life events that happen, you can also sign up for medical insurance before, like if you wait after 30 days and you decide you don't make a decision, you don't sign up for health insurance, but say you have a baby, well, then you're able to sign up for medical insurance, or you get married and you want to add your spouse. You can do that with a marriage license, even if it's after 30 days of employment. If none of these life-altering events happen, like marriage, birth, court, or a court order where they tell us you have to get insurance, then you have to wait to the new enrollment period, which happens every year. If you have any questions about your benefits, we work with a company called Benefits Redesigned. Please call or either email them directly, and they will be able to answer all of your questions about healthcare benefits. We also offer a 401k retirement plan. And basically, after 3 months of service, and if you're over 21 years of age, you will be automatically enrolled in our retirement program, where J Parle matches 3% of your contributions. If you do not wish to enroll in 401k retirement program, contact Human Interest to unenroll. You can either call this number, or go to the website to find more information on how to unenroll in the program. Uniforms. All drivers are expected to be in uniforms the whole day at the station and delivering. And I make that point because sometimes it gets hot outside, and drivers like to be very casual at the station, but then they'll put their uniform on when they go make their first delivery. FedEx says no, you stay in uniform at all time, even in 100-degree weather at the station. You must have your uniform, the branded FedEx shirt, and we provide you all the branded shirts. You are responsible for buying navy shorts or pants, whatever bottoms you want. Dickies are perfect. Get Dickies navy. That will be perfect to go with your FedEx uniform, FedEx shirt. No athletic shorts, no tights, no leggings, no biker shorts. Be professional in your professional cargo navy Dickie bottoms. Closed toe shoes at all time, no Crocs, no sandals, nothing like that. And a FedEx badge must be worn at all times. All right, next step. So you attend your safety training with Johnny. And if you've already done that, great. You've checked that box. The next thing is, when you're fully approved to work for FedEx, you will receive an email from FedEx called Safety Information Guide. This is your SIG. You sign up on your SIG, and then we are able to schedule you for your first day of work, which we will put this in deputy, and you'll know about it. We'll text you, we'll call you, but you'll also know about it because it's in deputy and you have the alert on, right? You turn the alert on in deputy, which is our scheduling system, and you will know that you have to work because you get the alert in deputy that you are to report for your first day of work. The FedEx station is located at 1850 West Commerce Parkway. This is where you report at 8 a.m. to start work. On your first day of work, and when I say the first day, the first day of work is training. You're training for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. So that first day, the first 7 days, 14 days, however long it takes you to be trained, you report to work at 8 a.m. But on your first day of work/training, make sure you bring your driver's license, which you need at all times anyways, and your social security card. I did not put this in the presentation, but if you are a driver that drives a truck over 10,000 pounds, you must always have your medical card on you as well as your driver's license. We will audit for that several times throughout the week and the months just to make sure you stay in compliance. Because if you get pulled over by police and you're in a vehicle over 10,000 pounds, they will ask you for your medical card. All right, that's the end of my orientation presentation. Like I said, you're going to go through a safety training with Johnny, and you're going to have up to 2 weeks worth of hands-on how to be a delivery driver training, um, with a checklist to make sure you understand everything that it takes to be a delivery driver. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me, Faith Goff, and I can be reached at 713-535-9006. If you have any questions about this presentation or anything that I may have said. Again, thank you and welcome to J Parle.